Hello and welcome back to our Vlandian night. We're gonna go into a little bit of a battle here with the Western Empire, and I say little, but it's actually pretty large. The enemy has over 300 units, and the only reason why I outnumber them, which they actually would have outnumbered me if Desporion had not come in and helped us out. Amusingly enough, he actually started attacking them before I even basically got into range, and so we pursued this army across the entirety of this stretch of territory, and it was pretty crazy. So yeah, anyway, after that small recounting of the details of our pursuit of these fellows, we're now going to be attacking them and seeing if we can do some damage, and that's what we want to do. So let's get my archers into a nice loose formation here as we normally do, and this time around I'm actually going to see if we can do something pretty fun with our cavalry. So I'm going to get them into a nice little wedge formation here. And now bear in mind that I have taken a look at the composition of this enemy army here, and well, let's just say it is not the greatest. Otherwise I would have probably thought a little bit more about whether I was going to head in here. So thankfully we don't have too much to worry about here, but we do have to worry a little bit because of course Empire units, they are known for being pretty decent. For the most part, at least. As long as they have something above tier 3, maybe a bunch of tier 4 units, they're probably going to be pretty deadly, no matter what kind of unit they are. I personally feel like most of the Empire's various units and unit types, shall we say, are actually quite decent. They're never really going to be something that will be completely awful. You know, they're usually going to be something good. So that's a bit of a worry for my from my perspective, but I hope that, as you can no doubt tell, my archers are going to be doing a significant amount of damage. And then here we go. This is what I was wanting right here. Let's charge straight on into them. I'm obviously going to be having my shield straight up here as well, because I really do not want to get murdered by the archers. And that is indeed a very easy thing that can happen. Well, as we've seen in the past, the AI tends to have a very, shall we say, laser-guided ability to murder the player quite fast. And so I'm going to be a bit careful here. As you can see, my couch lancing is working quite nicely, and hopefully I'm not going to get shot as I charge into their lines. As you can see, oh, there we go, massive amounts of damage being taken there, but that is to be expected, of course. Their laser-guided AI systems are no doubt working very, very nicely for them, unfortunately. And hopefully, there we go. Oh no, he managed to avoid a narrow demise right there. Oh well, never mind. Ah, nice. Take out that Imperial Sergeant Crossbowman. Maybe we can take out another one here. No, never mind. Yeah, so now that's obviously the issue with couch lancing. You're never really going to get a chain of kills unless you get lucky with the trait, or unless you can maintain a decent speed. So obviously if you're going to be charging into an enemy's lines and you, like me, you know, you might have a little bit less ability to control your units as much as you want, or you know, possibly want to, and as a result you could end up running into a bunch of them and actually causing yourself to slow down, which of course is pretty bad. Anyway, Sturgian shock troops and Britannian horsemen I think we're going to be making into companions, and we'll see how that goes, because I think the Sturgian unit that we just got is really good, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think they are pretty decent. And the horseman is not that good, but I kind of wanted to get more cavalry-focused units, because I know in our previous companions we have seen a number of skills, including athletics and riding skill, that are reasonably decently balanced. They're not all riding or all athletics or something like that. They usually have a pretty decent balance. So if I wanted to, I could potentially give them either thing. You know, I could make them into infantry, or I could make them into cavalry, or whatever I really wanted to do with them. However, generally what I tend to do is I want them to be as good as possible with whatever is their highest skill. So if they do have a huge amount in athletics, I would much prefer them to just stay on foot, because I know how effective athletics can be. Maybe that's just me. Obviously, if you use the Distinguished Service mod, then obviously you can decide what you want to do. Like, for example, this guy, look at him. He's got 45 riding skill. Now, personally, I'm going to continue to keep him as an athletics user because he has 134 athletics. That's just so good in my opinion. And he has 158 in one-handed weapon proficiency as well, which is really nice. This guy, however, this is exactly the reason why, by the way, I decided to level up a Batanian horseman, because look at him. He's got through 139 in riding skill, which is going to be very, very nice to see indeed. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go over to our inventory here, and we're just going to be locking this guy like so. So he's not going to pick up anything in regards of horses or anything like that, but I am going to give him a shield because he is pretty good with using one-handed weapons. And this guy already has a shield. Apparently it is better than what he had. Well, it's better than what we have to give him. And I will just do auto-equip, and boom, everyone's going to take some stuff. And then they can equip the best possible thing that they have available. Now, the most unfortunate thing that I have at my disposal right now is the fact that I cannot, for the life of me, find any war horses. I need to find some war horses, because without those, I will not be able to level up my noble units into the best possible units that they can be. So I'm hopeful that I will be able to do that relatively soon. However, obviously there's a bit of a problem with that. So, you know, war horses are generally always kind of annoying to find. I don't know really why that is, but they always seem to be kind of scarce, shall we say. Anyway, we're going to go into Poros here, and I think I'm probably going to be choose the prisoners that are going to be ransomed here real fast, because we do have a pretty sizable enough. Oh no, we actually don't even have that many more than what they're actually showing here. But I'm actually just going to sell the militia-based ones, because militia generally, while they are very good in critical mass, they're not so good when it comes to just being by themselves and so on. So if I can just keep the guys that are going to be leveling up nicely, then I'm pretty happy with that. Anyway, that seems good. Let's go over to the trade screen here. I'm hoping Poros has a decent amount of cash. It has a decent amount, but not amazing amount. So just going to buy this warhorse right here for 2,800. We're also going to be going and selling a whole bunch of these things. Oh, yes. Okay, I can actually hold control. Oh, that is so much nicer. There we go. Phew. Yeah, because in previous versions, you had to hold down Shift, and that would do stacks of 5 every single time, and that would be really time-consuming, but thankfully that's not the case here, and I can just sell all of these shields as well. Okay, so already bought all of that. I have a decent amount of food, so I'm pretty happy with that too. And, oh yeah, we should also probably sell a couple of our weapons as well. Didn't I just make some? Oh, I made some two-handed pole arms. Of course I did. I didn't make any swords or anything like that. So I suppose I should probably go into the smithy and do that, even though it's not something that I desperately want to spend time doing. So we're just going to get a whole bunch of wood from the wooden hammers, of course, and there we go. Okay, very nice, very nice. Okay, let's get a whole bunch of charcoal here, and we're going to. Oh yeah, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? It's kind of annoying that we have to do this, but look at this. These ridged iron broadswords are actually giving us a significant amount of wrought iron, which is actually really nice. Pretty happy to see that. And otherwise, my crafted polearms right there will give us a good amount. Oh, look at this. Long, fine steel spear. That's going to give us a whole bunch of steel. Very nice indeed. I'm going to be very careful with what I do in the future as well, because if you recall in a previous episode, I actually did a somewhat stupid thing where I, shall we say, I smelted down a bunch of my crafted swords and caused them to, well, not really give us that much. Anyway, let's see. Is there anything else that I can do here? I could get to 25. Yep, there we go. And I could get this guy to 25 as well. Hopefully I will be able to do that. Oh, really? He doesn't have any... Ah, what? What do you mean he doesn't have any? Oh, we don't have any hardwood. Oh, okay. I thought to myself, he doesn't have any energy, but no, he does actually have energy. Okay, good to know, good to know. All right, so let's just go for the highest level blade and the highest level whatever we can do. And we should probably refine a little bit more fine steel. There we go. Yeah, get us a whole bunch of that. That's nice. That is very nice. Okay, come on now. More of that. Thank you. And there we are. Okay. So how much energy does he have left? 103. That should be enough for what we need him to do. And let's just give him this. And actually, you know what? Let's try to make something that's about his difficulty. I know that the higher the difficulty, the better. But I kind of want to level up his smithing skill a little bit. I don't even know whether he's spec'd into smithing, so it might just be a waste of time. But we're going to do it nevertheless, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so this is obviously going to be pretty decent in terms of statistics as well. We're going to get some parts, which is always nice, and there we go. Now he has to rest, unfortunately. So we were able to make a couple, which is all I really wanted to do. And then we're going to be able to sell those for a pretty decent amount. At least I hope so. Yeah, 10,000. Not actually as much as I wanted, but it's going to be enough to pretty much almost bankrupt this particular town, which is perfectly fine with me, even though we're not really at war against them or anything. Oh, Hurunag. Hello, Mr. Hurunag. I am going to speak to you very forcefully indeed. I will say, hello, Mr. Hurunag, and he will be like, oh, what's this guy doing? What is he doing? I don't know. Why is he speaking to me so forcefully, you know? That's the kind of thing he's going to be on about. So hopefully we will be able to persuade him to join us. I would like you to serve Beartailed as a mercenary. So here's the thing. Technically, apparently that's all you can do now. Yeah. That is literally all you can do now. So I guess we're going to say, sure. Yeah. So, yeah, with minor factions and indeed mercenary factions or mercenary clans, you can basically only do that. Which is going to be kind of bad. Yes, it is going to be kind of bad in numerous different ways. Oh, there's Mantios, by the way. I'd like to speak to him if at all possible, because I think I could potentially persuade him to join us. Because he doesn't seem to be in an army right now. And Mantios generally will join you for free, as far as I'm aware. Unfortunately, I will not be able to speak to him in wartime. In other words, I won't be able to persuade him to join us and bring over a fief or 2 or 3 with him. It would be very nice if we could, but unfortunately, I seem to be too slow. Look at that. I seem to actually be too slow to catch up to him, which is unfortunate. Ah, well, that is actually kind of sad. And there's Faya. Okay, good to know. Where is he gone? Where is he gone? No, it seems like he's completely disappeared. Why is Faya actually following me right now? Are we at war against the Crusade, by the way? Oh, it seems like we are. Oh, interesting. I actually thought we were only at war against the Western Empire. I must have forgotten about being at war against the Kurgits. Against the Crusade. Warband. Yes, warband brain. Yeah, that's what I've got, apparently. Okay, Badanians, get them. Get him! Yes, okay. Oh, nice. Oh, wow, okay. So the Botanians are just going to absolutely murder, and I don't really have to worry about anything by the looks of things. Okay, so I will literally just go and auto-resolve in this case. There's no real need for me to worry about anything else, to be honest. And hello there! I'm going to increase my relation with you for some reason or another. Very good. We'll take all the loot as well. And I'm going to speak to this guy and see if I can maybe try to get him to join us. Whoa, what's up with the brightness? What is up with the brightness right now? I have no idea. Ah, okay, so yeah, he is actually in an army, unfortunately. But yeah, it seems like we were looking into the sun or something, or his armor was reflecting off it or something along those lines. Okay, so this guy, I think, is actually a part of a mercenary faction as well. It seems like Botania is also at war against the Crusade, which is fantastic. That really makes a huge difference. Let's actually just go in and attack here, because we might be able to rise a couple of champions through the ranks, maybe get some additional companions and things like that. And otherwise, let's move on. Let's get them. Oh, this is actually a really nice map. I like this. With the exception of the extremely bright sky, I do very much like the environment itself. I like the way that the trees are very much giving us a sort of hint of autumn, you know, a hint of autumn. And the leaves are all orange, and they might be falling off the trees relatively soon. You know, that kind of thing is pretty cool, in my opinion. Very picturesque. However, obviously, I'm not entirely sure if it is actually autumn in the game. It might very well be, which is, of course, well, accurate, you know. That's very accurate then, in that case. Anyway, let's go for some couch lancing action here, and hopefully I won't get shot in the face. I didn't get shot in the face, but I did get my horse a little bit damaged, which is, I suppose, to be expected. Thankfully, we didn't get damaged, I guess. Hopefully, these guys will be able to deal with them relatively easily. Now, this is the main problem with Imperial forces. As I said before, previously in the episode, I personally feel like they have some extremely strong units no matter what type they are. And I'm talking about their horse archers, I'm talking about their cataphract units, I'm talking about their regular foot archers, their crossbowmen, and even their infantry. It feels to me like they are an extremely well-balanced... Oh, nice! Took out the enemy leader. Very good. Anyway, I feel like they're an extremely well-balanced faction, and probably the most balanced in the whole game. Obviously, that is just my opinion. If you have a different one, then that's up to you. Obviously, you know, it just seems to me like most of their units seem very solid. Obviously, I have not compared directly with other factions' stats or anything like that, because I am only thinking about the main regular units here, with the maybe addition of some of their noble units as well. But of course, you have to include those too, because if you don't include those, then it's kind of imbalanced as a result of, you know, just having the discussion to begin with. You know, you need to make sure that you're including everything so as to be fair to everyone. So you have to include the Batanian Fian champions, you have to include the Khuzate, what are those guys called? The noble horse archers. I can't remember what they're called now. But those guys, you know, the guys with like 270 archery proficiency or something crazy like that. You know, those guys are super, super strong. And, you know, so on. Those are the kinds of things I'm talking about. And generally, every single type of unit they have is strong. And it's, well, it's quite frightening, to be honest. It's quite frightening to me to think, wait a minute. Every single type of Imperial unit is actually really good, and it's a bit scary. It's a bit scary. Anyway, we're going to upgrade 32 troops, going to recruit 13 prisoners. Very nice to see that. And we'll go to our inventory real quick just to get some people some additional things, because I noticed that this guy had a really bad helmet, so who knows whether he's... obviously, I think he's probably taken a better one, of course, but, you know, it's nice to know that he can indeed upgrade that now. And we're going to go for a siege. Oh, it's a bit weird why they place us across the river here, considering I was right across from it over here, but I guess that's fine. Not a problem. Not a problem. But I'm actually just trying to think right now. What other faction, apart from the Empire factions, have such a balanced unit typing? Because I'm thinking right now, what do we have? Let's start with Sturgia. Sturgia has decent mounted skirmishers. They have berserker units without shields, which might be quite damaging. Ooh, we might have a bit of a problem on our hands here. Mattchu is actually coming in. We might have some problems. Oh, hello there. Right, okay, I think I might actually want to abandon the siege and actually go into a battle with this guy. Hopefully we can get into a battle. Oh, this is bad. This is indeed very bad. Are they in an army together? Are they in an army together? Let's have a look. Oh, oh no, he's the son of Mattchu. It would have been much better if we... Okay, wait a minute. Our realms should make peace. Let's see. Okay, I can actually make peace with them. This might actually make sense. I mean, here's the thing. I would have loved to have tried to do something here, but now here's the thing. This is a great opportunity, an absolutely wonderful opportunity. And I'm not even talking about the sheer fact that we can do battle with them or take a fief or anything like that. But it's a great opportunity for one reason. A lot of vassals are right nearby to me right now. If I make peace with them, I might have an opportunity to persuade. So let's have a look. Misui is here, and Fenton is actually the leader of the Brotherhood of the Woods, which might actually make sense. And Ulrich is also here. I believe he might be the leader of his clan as well. No, that's Oleg. I always get mixed up between those two, but never mind. Misui is here, and that is all that I really want to speak to. So hello. I think she might be in an army, but we'll see. Oh, she's not. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, here we go. 100% chance for the critical success. And then we can go for 92% chance. Boom. Look at that. And I can only hope that she will not ask me for any money. Please don't ask me for any money. I think she might join for free. She does. Oh, yes. There we go. She has actually joined for free. That is fantastic. Let us... Shall I grant her a fief? I don't have any fiefs to grant, unfortunately. I really don't have any fiefs to grant, but there you go. She is now a part of the Vlandians, and that is exactly the reason why this was a great opportunity, and I'm perfectly happy to spend, 20,000 gold to get one of the strongest, if not the strongest vassal from the Crusade to join us. I think that that is great. Really good opportunity right there. Also, Fenton, hello. I'm actually going to ask him to join us as well. Now, bear in mind that obviously the Defection Overhaul mod, which I have installed at the moment, that is not a foolproof way to keep people in your faction. It is, it does have the ability for people to leave and so on and so forth. And look at this, the Brotherhood of the Woods have now joined, which is also fantastic. So look at that. We gained 2 people, 2 clans in actual fact, for the price of 1. Which, well, actually for the price of 20k, which is amazing. I think that's really, really good. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to speak to Misui in wartime. If I had been able to speak to her instead of speaking to her son, I would have had the opportunity to bring her over with, I believe, Makeb. I think she owns Makeb. No, wait, I'm actually not sure which one she owns, but she owns one or two of these. And it would have been a fantastic territory expansion if we were able to do that. But I already gained a huge amount of value from that action. So I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that. That is a very, very cool thing indeed. And there you go. We've finally gotten to 275 spotting. Actually, scouting, as it is now known in Bannerlord. And we're going to be getting 3% extra movement speed. Oh, yeah. That's what I like to see. Okay, so now we don't have to really worry too much more. Oh, Oros. Hello. I'm on a persuasion spree at the moment by the look of things. I actually didn't even intend to persuade people at this point. I actually wanted to take Morinia Castle, but I'm pretty happy to walk away with a whole bunch of vassals instead. I think that's a really, really cool thing. I'm hopeful that the Vlandians will actually get their act together and they might actually start taking some of the Western Empire fiefs. Because as it stands, we have Onika Castle right here, and we also have Zionica, and I believe that's pretty much it for the Western Empire. So if we can take both of those, and maybe another castle, I'm not entirely sure if they have another castle still around here. Oh, they actually joined an army, never mind. All right, I'll just leave them alone then for the moment. But yeah, as you can see, I think that's it. Yeah, that is indeed it. So I think what I'll do is we're going to go down to Onika Castle. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I just clicked it off. I didn't even see what the message was. Ah, yeah, that's unfortunate. I clicked exactly on the screen at the exact moment when that message came up. I assume it is a Western Empire peace agreement or something along those lines. I'll probably see in editing whether that is indeed the case, but obviously, you probably, if you pause the video, you could probably see it anyway, so you'll probably You probably know what it is. Anyway, oh, what do I go for here? Crossbowman or swordsman? I think swordsman would probably... Oh, actually, you know what? Crossbowman I think could be more fun. And we're going to go for ranged units with the Crusade as well. There we go. All right. So that seems pretty good to me. And Onika Castle. So let's get an army together, shall we? Let's get an army together. Oh, look at this. Oh, never mind. Aldrich is already on his way. Fantastic. Okay, good. I wonder where he is. I hope he arrives soon, because I'm actually running out of money, as you can quite clearly tell. So I think what I'm going to have to do is go over to Poros. Hopefully their marketplace has been restored. Yes, there we go. 57,000. Nice. Okay, so let's just sell this other sword here. Sell all of these things. Sell all of these things. That's another 14,000. And hopefully my guys will also now be ready to forge a whole bunch of extra stuff. And we're just going to be going for the highest tier things now, because that just makes the most sense in my opinion. There we go. Let's go for this. We don't really need the stats to be good either. That's the thing. We don't need the stats to be good. We just need it to be high tier, pretty much. We're just going to make the blade really, really big as well. And then we're just going to make a whole bunch of these. I don't care about the stats, as I've said. Hopefully we'll be able to unlock a bunch of extra things, extra smithing parts and so on. And there you go. I don't have any more of that one resource, so unfortunately I won't be able to continue. But hopefully we're going to be getting a decent amount from these. Yeah, look at that. That's really nice. Look at that. 18,000, 18,000. Going to sell both of those for 37,000. Basically, this is keeping us afloat at the moment. If we did not have this, if we did not have the ability to do smithing, then we would have some... maybe not some big problems, but I think we would definitely have some issues. And it would... we would probably be bankrupt quite a bit. I mean, the one thing that I could do is reduce my main party's wages. Oh, what? You want to declare war on Botania? Do I want to do that? I don't think that's a good idea, to be honest. But they all want to. This is very strange, because look, I can't actually say no. I can't actually say no, because look, I have to spend 1,100 influence to be able to do that. I guess I'll just say yes then. Why not? That is super funny in my opinion. Okay, so at least if they are able to take some things from the Botanians, we might very well be able to award some castles and or towns to the newly acquired vassals that we gained. Garios is also here, so we're going to go and help out some of our people. We're going to do an auto-resolve against him. I think that should be a pretty easy victory for us. As you can see, he's not even killing anyone. Look at that. He killed one person. That was it. He killed one person? That is a pitiful effort indeed. Mr. Garios, you are the leader of your faction, and you are embarrassing yourself more than I do normally. Crazy. All right. More than I do embarrassing myself, that is. Not embarrassing him, because usually no one embarrasses him or anyone else except myself and me. So yes, if you can understand what I just said. Yeah, I didn't understand it either. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, so let's have a look. Did I actually gain any skills right there? Ah, yeah, I'm almost to 200. Almost to 275 charm skill as well. And we're almost leveled up too, which is actually pretty cool. I wonder where is he? Is he not? Oh, now he's... See, now this is exactly what I'm talking about. Absolutely terrible, terrible service. They are nowhere to be found now. And now I'm out in the middle of nowhere with nowhere to go. And Onika Castle is ready for me to take it. So I suppose what I will do is I will literally go into the army screen and I will just call for Fenton, this guy, this guy, this guy, and Misui, I guess. And we'll try and take the castle. And we'll see how that goes. Obviously, the Western Empire doesn't really have anything that they can really do to stop us anymore. So we should have a pretty easy time of things. And they have 50,000 wall hit points. But as the trebuchets have been increased in terms of their effectiveness, or at least I think so, it should go down pretty fast. Now, back to the discussion, actually, on which other factions we think are balanced. What do you think? What do you think? You know, because I've been thinking about the Sturgians. well, they have some decent units, but nothing, nothing balanced, so to speak, because their ranged units are not really anything to write home about. Their mounted skirmishers are pretty good. At least I think so. I think they seem pretty good. Every time I go up against them, they seem quite effective, but they are nothing, again, in comparison to, for example, the Khuzait Horse Archers, or indeed the Imperial Horse Archers, or the Azarai Horse Archers. All of those factions have really, really good Horse Archers. And I think Vlandia is actually the only faction that doesn't really have a good Horse Archer unit. I don't think they have Horse Archers for the most part, do they? I don't think they do. Now, obviously, do bear in mind that I might not be remembering correctly about that. They might actually have Horse Archers, but I don't think I've ever seen them. I think they mostly are known for their crossbowmen and for their Vlandian heavy cavalry. So those two types of units are going to be very effective. Oh, it seems like we're having some problems here with the Batanians as well. Look at this. This is actually really bad. I'm very surprised that they wanted to go to war against them, and now all of a sudden they're taking significant casualties. Isn't that always the way of things? Yes, it is. Oh well, never mind. Okay, don't have to worry too much about them at the moment. We're just going to be trying to take Onika Castle, and that's all that we can really do. But otherwise, what else do we have? So we've gone over the Sturgians, the Vlandians. Well, obviously we know the Batanians are pretty good with their two-handed berserker light armor units. They are good. They just are very easy to kill for enemy archers, and most factions have decent archers, so they're going to die very quickly. Otherwise, you have the Batanian Fian champions. Obviously, we know them to be extremely good in terms of their archery skills. And then what else do we have? Well, obviously the Khuzait, they're very good when it comes to cavalry in general, but their horse archers are, of course, world class, very, very good. And then obviously you have the Azarai, who are, in my opinion, probably the best when it comes to, I think their best unit are horse archers, but maybe that's just me, that's just my opinion, obviously. I think that their horse archers, the one time that I ended up using them in Byron's series, they were pretty effective, I feel. They were pretty effective, so I was pretty happy to use them in comparison to the Khuzait horse archers. They seem to do a relatively similar job. So there's also that. So that's basically all of the factions, and they don't really have a good spread. Like, yes, okay, they do have decent other kinds of units, of course, but it feels to me like the Imperials just have generally good units all over the place. So, well, let me know what you think, because obviously I might not be remembering something, or I might be thinking about a different kind of unit that might actually be present when discussing this topic. But otherwise, we are going to be riding in. Yes, we're going to be riding in and trying to do some damage here. Don't laser point me, thank you very much. I would not appreciate it. Oh, nice damage. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, Horsey, where are you going? Where are you going, Horsey? I don't know. Oh, nice kill. Oh, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The AI, as soon as you get within a certain range, they just turn around on a dime like no one's business. Like, literally. They are super fast. Really super fast. And it is unnerving, to say the least, because usually in a real-life situation, that would not be the case. If someone doesn't see you or indeed hear you because of all the shouts of the opponents and the clashing of steel and bone, well, let's not go there. But the point is, the sound of battle is going to drown out any kind of approach, even from a heavy horse. Maybe. It depends. It obviously depends on the person in general, because if they have particularly sharp senses, then they're obviously going to be very, very alert, as it is. But anyway, there we go. Look at this, a Vlandian Knight and an Imperial Legionary. Those are the two that we will be taking. We already have a bunch of Vlandian Sergeants. We have a Batanian Horseman. I'd like to try out these two, and we'll see how they go. Inrik the Little. What do you bet he's like 8 foot tall or something like that? That's going to be kind of amusing. Okay, so 43 Renown, 29 Influence. Not really anything to worry about there, because of course we do outnumber the opponent pretty significantly. So We're not going to be gaining a substantial reward, but it's pretty decent. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to claim this. I'm going to claim the castle because someone actually mentioned a cool way of distributing fiefs. And that is, I take the fief, and then I basically go and I'm like, hey, I've got this fief. Do you want it? And I can give it to someone else. And I can give it to whoever I want, which in my opinion is a very, very cool way to go about it. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So let me have a look here. Okay, so Kurgit, let's see. Okay, yeah, we definitely need to give them something. So we're going to be giving Onika Castle to Misui. And there you go. Relation increase. And that is exactly what we're going to do from now on. However, this is indeed the problem. The relation of everyone is going to now decrease by 2. That is the only issue. And we do have a number of people coming at us right now, but I should be able to disband the army relatively easily, and then everyone can go about their business. So let me just do that. There we go. Are they actually wanting to fight? That's probably a mistake. Where are you going? That is probably a mistake, friend. Maybe you'll be able to beat them. I'm not entirely sure, but hopefully they'll be able to garrison this castle with a significant amount of people. And obviously do bear in mind this is pretty far away from Botanian territory, so I don't think they're really going to have to worry too much about any kind of retaliation from them, but they might have to worry about Western Empire influences. Anyway, that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.